Hey, how much are you getting from the inheritance?
What?
I mean, your dad's inheritance. As the head of such a big company, he must have left behind a significant amount, right?
Are you serious? We're in the middle of the funeral. Don't you think it's disrespectful to talk about that right now?
Come on, he's already gone, so why would it be disrespectful? It's not like I'd have asked about it while he was alive. That'd make it seem like I was only after his money, right?
I really don't understand how you can be so casual about this. You, of all people, should know everything he did for you, so stop disrespecting him like this.
Look, he's already gone, so saying he did a lot for me doesn't mean anything now. Can't you understand that?
Just stop it, okay? I want to focus on being next to my father right now.
Why? Just tell me how much you're getting from the inheritance. I visited him at the hospital too, didn't I? I did my part in looking after him, and didn't he like me quite a lot?
Yes, he did think highly of you. But if he knew you were only interested in his inheritance, don't you think he'd be heartbroken, even up there in heaven? Imagine how much sadness he'd feel, seeing his daughter's husband only caring about his money.
I'm only asking how much the inheritance is. I held off asking this whole time, didn't I? So just tell me already.
All this time? Wait, are you telling me that's what you've been after with me this whole time?
Just tell me there's a car I want to buy. I need to put a down payment on it before someone else gets it.
You know what? I won't be receiving anything. I'm sorry, but I'm actually just a stepchild, so my share is 0.
What? Wait a second, what do you mean by that?
I told you, I'm my late mother's child from her previous marriage. I have no right to an inheritance from my stepfather. Not that I was ever expecting to get anything in the first place.
You're a stepchild? Wait, hold on. Are you serious? So you're really getting nothing from him?
Yes, I never wanted it to begin with.
Are you kidding me? I want that inheritance! How am I supposed to buy that luxury car now? How am I supposed to get it?
Why don't you buy it with your own money? And stop shouting already. You're not even a family member.
What the hell are you talking about, not a family member? Do you even know why I married a boring woman like you in the first place?
What?
Your father's inheritance! And now I find out that because you're a stepchild, you're getting absolutely nothing? I married an old lady for this? What a waste! You're worthless to me now. Just get out.
Get out? This is a funeral home, you know. You don't have the right to tell me to leave.
I don't care about rights. I'm telling you to get out. If there's no inheritance for you, then you're useless to me. Since you're a stepchild and get nothing, what about your sister?
My sister is his biological daughter, so...
Then that means she'll be getting something, right? She's the one I need to talk to. You, on the other hand, can just go home.
Stop it! Don't ruin this funeral! Can't you just act with some decency for once? And don't bring my sister into this. She doesn't deserve any of this chaos.
Shut up! Stop whining already! Just go home. Otherwise, I'll use force if I have to. And it won't be just you. I'll turn this entire funeral into a circus.
Please stop. There's no point in causing trouble here. There's no need to bother innocent people who have nothing to do with this, is there?
Innocent people? All your stupid relatives are involved in this. They're all responsible. You're all joking if you think I won't get that inheritance.
Fine. If I leave, will you calm down? I'll go if that's what you want. Just please, calm down.
Yeah, you're the biggest annoyance here. You've ruined my life. Don't ever show your face to me again.
Are you sure you won't regret this?
Regret? No way! I only regret marrying you, that's all. One way or another, I'll get my hands on that inheritance. I didn't go through all the trouble of marrying a woman way older than me just to walk away empty-handed.
Older? I had no idea you could be this horrible. Hey, Danny's been messaging me non-stop. It's seriously getting on my nerves. What's his deal? Did something happen that I don't know about? Already? I'm really sorry about that, Annika. He keeps talking about inheritance of all things. Isn't that disturbing? Who even brings that up at a funeral? It feels completely out of place, like he doesn't even realize where he is. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like he married me solely because he thought he'd gain access to my dad's inheritance. Looking back, there were definitely times that made me feel something was a bit off, like he was prioritizing the wrong things. But I never imagined he'd be so rotten, let alone that it would come to this. So, he didn't even know that you aren't your dad's biological child? He went into this whole marriage thing without knowing? That's right, I never brought it up. It just didn't seem relevant before, and he probably tried not to get too involved in any family talk on purpose, just so I wouldn't catch on to his intentions. And he'd been carefully waiting for this moment, I guess, counting down to this day, only for it to backfire on him when he found out I don't have the right to inherit anything. Now that he's aware there's no money coming my way, it seems he's completely losing it. Wow, that's so selfish of him. He's really just after money then, with zero consideration for anything else? Anyway, where are you right now? Did you manage to get away? He wouldn't stop yelling at me to leave the funeral hall. It got so bad that it seemed like he was ready to make a huge scene if I didn't. So for now, I've stepped outside, just to avoid him turning everything into a mess right in front of everyone. Well, if he's acting like that, it's probably a good idea to steer clear for now. He's obviously on edge and not thinking straight. It's fine. Besides, the funeral's almost over anyway, so why don't you go on home first? I'll stay here and take care of everything that needs wrapping up. Don't worry about it. But what are you going to do about Danny? He doesn't sound like he'll leave you alone. Oh, as for him? Don't worry, I'll handle that too. I'll have a little talk with him and get him to leave. Trust me on this, alright? Alright, I'm sorry to trouble you with all of this. And thank you, really. Hey, don't mention it. It's the least I can do. But still, I can't believe the situation. Your dad just passed, and now you can't even get a proper chance to say goodbye because of that man. I'm sure your dad is looking down from heaven, and when he sees what Danny's trying to do, he won't let him get away with it. Karma's coming one way or another. First, I lose my father, and now my husband shows his true colors, turning into someone completely different. This is way more than I can handle.
Hey, what the hell is going on here? Seriously? I saw it on TV. You're the heir to Rickshaw Trading? What does that even mean?
You saw it, so I assume you understand. My father passed away, and I'm stepping in as the next president of the company. That's all there is to it.
What's that supposed to mean? Why didn't you tell me any of this?
It wasn't decided yet, so I didn't tell anyone. But my father's will named me as a successor. I'm going to honor his wishes. And considering we're getting divorced, this doesn't concern you.
Hold on a second. If you're the heir to Rickshaw Trading, then this changes everything. We need to cancel the divorce. Wouldn't that be better for you too?
Oh, now you want to say this? You're so selfish. The only reason you married me in the first place was to get a hold of my father's inheritance. Isn't that right?
No, it wasn't like that. Look, I just lost my cool and said things I didn't mean. But come on, I would never actually think that way. I love you, all right? I swear it.
Don't insult me. If you truly loved me, you wouldn't have done what you did. Even yesterday, after I left, you went and caused trouble for my sister too, didn't you?
Trouble? I wasn't causing trouble. She's the one who said she'd share the inheritance with me.
What?
Come on, I was there for your father. I visited him in the hospital, didn't I? And I even brought him expensive gifts. I have just as much right to some of the inheritance.
So you're telling me that my sister really said she'd split the inheritance with you?
Yes, she did! That's why I didn't put up a fuss yesterday. Then this morning, I turn on the TV and see they were talking about how the president of Rickshaw Trading had passed away.
And that's how you found out I'd be succeeding him, huh? Whatever the case may be, I've already made up my mind to go through with the divorce.
Don't be ridiculous! Come on, it's fine now, right? We can just start over, can't we?
If my sister's going to share the inheritance with you, then you don't have any reason to stick around, so stop coming near me.
Listen, I have a dream, all right? I want to help people who are less fortunate all around the world. I want to bring happiness to those who need it most. With a company as big as Rickshaw Trading, I think I could actually make that dream come true.
So, what are you trying to say?
I'm saying, let me be part of Rickshaw Trading as an executive. That way I'll be closer to making my dreams a reality. I want to bring joy around the world. I want to work toward world peace. It's my true dream.
How shameless can you be? All you really want is a handout because my father's inheritance isn't coming to you the way you'd hoped. Just yesterday, you were having a tantrum, calling me a useless old hag who wasn't good for anything.
I know. I regret that. I wasn't myself at that moment, I promise. But look, don't you think it's actually a good thing for Rickshaw Trading to get involved in charitable causes? It would improve the company's public image, and it might even help attract more business.
Oh, really? Don't you think my father would have already considered that? Here's a wake-up call for you. He did. My father was deeply committed to charitable work while he was alive. Rickshaw Trading is so well known for its charity work that it's practically part of his brand image now. He even spent his own time volunteering. You say you're serious about world peace, but you didn't even know this about my father?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, wait, no! I did know that. It's just that now that your father has passed, someone else has to take over.
Why are you still trying to act like this? It's pitiful. No matter how you try to dress it up, what you did at the funeral isn't going to disappear. Every single one of my family members saw it, and none of them trust you anymore. Whatever respect you managed to earn from my father is completely gone.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying you told the entire family about what happened yesterday?
Of course I did. I don't owe you anything. Thanks to your little outburst, all the time and effort you spent trying to win over my father was completely wasted.
You arrogant piece of... How dare you talk to me like this? Just get back together with me already!
Absolutely not. No matter what you say, I've made my decision. And frankly, no one's on your side anymore.
Oh, that's not true! Your sister promised she'd split the inheritance with me, remember? She's reasonable, unlike you. It's clear she's truly her father's daughter. She's nothing like you, the illegitimate one.
Is that supposed to be an insult?
No, I'm just stating the fact. Anyway, once I get the inheritance, I'll start making plans from there. And I'll get you to reconsider this divorce. I'm not giving up that easily.
Fine, do whatever you want.
Hey, about what happened yesterday, can I come by now to collect my share?
Huh? Are you talking about the inheritance?
Of course! You're gonna give me a share, right? That's why I left quietly yesterday. I expect you to keep your promise.
Of course, I'll keep my promise. You've come to see my father in the hospital after all.
Yeah, of course I did. Your dad really liked me. He probably recognized me as well. So just give me the amount that reflects that. I'm counting on you.
The amount that reflects your contributions, huh? Sure, I can do that. So how should I hand it over?
I'll come over now. Your relatives are still there, right? It seems like there's some bad rumors about me going around, so I need your help to clear that up. Sky did something unnecessary, it seems.
Okay, then I'll introduce you to my relatives.
That would really help. It's good to see that we can communicate well. You're truly the daughter of the president of Rickshaw Trading, after all, just like I expected. It's nice to know we're on the same page.
Right, I want to ensure everything goes smoothly. It's important that everyone sees you in a good light, especially after all the misunderstandings that have happened.
Exactly! I appreciate you looking out for me. After all, we need to keep our relationship strong. This inheritance could mean a lot for both of us.
I understand. It's not just about the money. It's about our connection and how we can support each other moving forward. Let's make sure everything is handled professionally.
Definitely! I trust you to help me navigate this situation. With your support, I think we can turn things around.
Good. Let's get this sorted out. I'm glad we're working together on this.
Hey! What was that all about? You said you'd share the inheritance with me, right?
I did share it, didn't I?
$15? Are you serious? That's just insulting! You've got to be kidding me! Give me more!
But you said you wanted an appropriate amount, didn't you? So that's what I gave you, an appropriate amount. Honestly, $15 is more than enough. You should be thanking me for that.
How can you even justify giving me just $15? I want a reasonable explanation for this. Otherwise...
Otherwise, what? You're going to try and intimidate me, just like you did when you backed down in front of the relatives yesterday? You only came to visit my father twice while he was in the hospital. So that's how I calculated the transportation costs. $7 for a round trip, twice. I even added a little extra, just to be nice.
You're insulting me!
You're the one acting like a big shot after just 2 visits. That's what's really ridiculous.
But I had a good relationship with him long before he got sick! Oh wait, is there no will?
What?
There must be a will that includes my name! Even if it's not about the inheritance, I should at least get something! After all, I was trusted by your father!
Your name is not in the will. If it was, believe me, I would have let you know.
No way! You're all just hiding the fact that my name is there! You're a bunch of cowards, all of you related to Rickshaw trading! I might as well report you all!
Go ahead and do what you want, but just so you know, my father didn't like you at all.
What?!
He thought you were a shallow man. He was worried about Vivian. You probably don't even know that. That's why I kept a close eye on Vivian. I didn't trust you, and I figured it was better to be safe than sorry.
No, that can't be right. He told me all sorts of things.
It's easy to pretend to get along without stepping on anyone's toes, you know. My father was a genuine businessman. The fact that your name isn't in the will is the best proof of that. If you think I'm lying, I can call a lawyer to confirm it for you.
So you're saying you're all just a family of liars?
Huh?
Exactly! You've just been playing with my emotions, making me think there was something there. You guys are nothing but dirty thieves, hoarding the inheritance for yourselves. I'm gonna post about this online.
Is that all you can do? If you're feeling brave, why don't you come over and confront us in person?
There's no need for that. I'll make sure you all are ruined. Just you wait.
So you can only act tough with women, huh? How impressive. Well then, good luck with your plan to destroy us.
You bastard! You have to understand this isn't just about money, it's about respect! I thought I meant something to your family. I thought I was trusted and valued, not just some random outsider looking for a handout!
What did you expect? You've always been on the outside looking in. You think 2 visits to the family make you a member of the family? It doesn't work that way.
But I was there for your father when he needed help! I stood by him! That should count for something!
You were there for him, yes, but don't you see? It wasn't just about being physically present. It was about genuine love and commitment, something you clearly lack. You're just trying to cash in on a relationship that wasn't what you thought it was.
You have no idea what I've done for him! The support I provided, the comfort I gave him during his worst days! That meant something to him even if you can't see it!
No, all you see is the potential for profit. You can't hide that from me. It's painfully obvious. Yeah, and you know what? This attitude of entitlement is why you'll never get anything from my family.
How dare you? You think you could just dismiss me like that? I'll make sure everyone knows what kind of family you really are!
Go ahead. No one is going to believe your lies. They know you for what you really are, a leech trying to drain the last bit of goodwill from my father's memory.
You're gonna regret this! I swear you'll pay for underestimating me!
You're really going to threaten me now? That's rich. You should learn how to deal with your own emotions instead of trying to lash out at me. You're just making yourself look pathetic.
I'm not done with this. You think you've won? I'll fight back and I'll make sure everyone knows the truth about your so-called generosity.
Good luck with that. I'll be here, living my life, while you waste yours plotting revenge. You're only digging your own grave.
You haven't seen the last of me. I'll prove to everyone that you're just a bunch of frauds.
Then bring it on. I'm ready for whatever you've got. Just know that this isn't the end. This is just the beginning, and I won't back down.
Hey, please! I'm begging you, don't abandon me! I really regret everything!
This is all your fault, you know. You tried to accuse my family, and now look where that's got you. Everything's backfired on you.
Please, just call off the divorce! You know, I thought I'd be getting some inheritance, so I went ahead and bought a lot of things on my credit card!
What?
The car you know I wanted? I've actually already signed the contract for it! If things keep going like this, I'm gonna go bankrupt! I'll be drowning in debt! On top of that, after that scandal, they cut ties with me at the company, and all my friends are drifting away! It's all falling apart!
Well, that's a natural consequence, isn't it?
Don't say something so cold! Please! I'm not asking for the inheritance anymore, but at least don't abandon me!
So, is that why you wanted the inheritance so badly? But someone like you who only married me for my family's wealth doesn't deserve my help. If you keep bothering me about this, I will take legal action.
Come on! You weren't always this heartless, were you? What are you pretending to be strong for? The you I know would help me out!
I need to keep it together for my father's sake. I have to be strong as a daughter and as the next president of the company.
Damn it! Please, I'm begging you! Help me out just one more time! Let's...
No way! I've lost so much by marrying someone like you. I've made a terrible mistake marrying a person as low as you.
What? You think I'm this low? What am I supposed to do now?
How should I know? That's not my problem. Oh, but wait! With the $15 you got, you could spread some smiles around the world, right? That was your dream, wasn't it?
I don't need your sarcasm right now. You think this is funny? I'm in real trouble here. You have no idea what I'm going through.
Oh, I know exactly what you're going through. You're the one who got yourself into this mess. You thought you could just ride on my family's coattails and live the high life without consequences. Well, guess what? It doesn't work that way.
Listen, I made some mistakes, but I thought we could work things out. I thought you'd understand.
Understand? Understand what? That you thought it was okay to betray me and my family? You thought I'd just sit back and let you take advantage of us?
I wasn't trying to betray anyone! I made a mistake, but I'm still the same person you fell in love with!
Really, the person I fell in love with wouldn't have done what you did. They wouldn't have put me in this position. You've changed, and not for the better.
I'm begging you! Just give me a chance to prove I can change! I'll do anything! Just please don't leave me like this!
And what would that change entail? You've shown me who you really are. Why would I want to be around someone who only thinks about themselves and their own needs?
Because I love you! I still care about you, even if I messed up!
Love? You think love is enough to fix all this? It's not enough when you've hurt me and disrespected everything we've built together.
I didn't mean to hurt you. Can't we just forget about everything and start fresh?
Start fresh? You really think that's possible? After everything you've done? After all the damage you've caused? It's not that easy, and I can't just erase the past.
Please, think about it. I promise I'll make it right. Just give me one more chance.
You think I haven't thought about it? Every day, I wish things could go back to how they were, but I know they can't. You've burned that bridge.
You can't be serious. I thought we had something special.
You thought wrong. It's not special when it's built on lies and manipulation. You need to face the truth about who you are.
I'm begging you. I'll do better. Just don't give up on me.
I'm done with this conversation. You need to figure out your own life. I can't keep getting dragged down by your mistakes.
No, please. I need you. You're my only hope.
Your hope? You had hope when you were using me for my family's money. You need to find a way to stand on your own 2 feet without relying on me.
But I can't do it without you. I don't know how.
You need to grow up and take responsibility for your actions. This is your life now. It's time for you to face the consequences.
How did it go? Were you able to properly wrap up things?
Yeah, the divorce has been finalized successfully. At first, he was yelling quite a bit, but it seems like he's lost his energy now.
He was like a child resisting a shot, huh? But you did well. It's a tough time as it is.
No, it's thanks to you. Besides, the one who's really suffering is you, right? As a nurse, you've been facing your father's situation all this time.
What are you talking about? Unlike you, I'm holding it together. This isn't going to get to me.
Annika, you don't have to worry about me. You managed to handle everything yourself this time, right? So you should prioritize yourself a little too.
Our father told me that you didn't have good judgment about people, so I should keep an eye on you.
What?
Our father saw right through that man from the very beginning. That's why I couldn't just leave you to deal with it alone.
Really? If that was the case, you should have told me.
Who could say the man you married is a jerk? But now that's all settled. It turned out okay in the end.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about me. You can cry if you want.
What are you saying? I'm not going to cry in front of you, the scaredy cat.
After my divorce, Danny left town, marking the beginning of a chaotic and painful chapter in his life. What followed was a rapid descent into a debt hell, one that seemed inescapable. The term debt hell seems fitting, as it conveys the suffocating nature of the situation, with no clear way out. But the financial burden wasn't his only problem. His actions led to a scandal that caused him to lose the friendships they had once taken for granted. People who had once been his closest allies suddenly disappeared, leaving him isolated and vulnerable. The emotional fallout from losing those friends was perhaps just as damaging as the financial crisis. Friends provide not just companionship, but a safety net in tough times. When Danny found himself in the deepest struggles of his life, it must have been incredibly painful to realize that no one reached out to offer help or even a listening ear. The emptiness of that realization must have felt like a deep wound, one that forced him to confront a harsh truth. Despite his belief in a strong social network, when the chips were down, he was alone. It didn't stop there. Danny's isolation extended to his family as well. In times of crisis, many turned to their family for refuge, love, and understanding. But for Danny, that option wasn't available. His family, once a source of comfort and stability, was no longer there to offer him a place to turn. The concept of home, which should have been a refuge, became a painful reminder of his failures. A reminder that even his own blood had seemingly abandoned him. That must have had a gut punch, shattering his once-held belief that family would always be there for him. Soon, Danny found himself living without a home at all. The transition from a stable living situation to homelessness was jarring and traumatic. It wasn't just about losing a roof over his head. Losing his home represented a deeper, more existential loss. His sense of identity, his security, and his stability all crumbled at once. Living without a home was not just a logistical nightmare, it symbolized a total loss of the anchors that typically provide a sense of purpose and direction. For someone like Danny, who once believed himself to be a respected and well-liked individual, being homeless must have felt like an irreversible shattering of his self-image. Throughout his life, Danny had relied on his personal charm and likability. He had believed that these traits would help him navigate any challenge and keep his relationships intact. But facing the harsh reality of his situation, he had to confront something he likely never imagined. When things got difficult, no one came to help. The absence of support from those he trusted must have been a bitter realization for him. It likely stung deeply to understand that, despite all his charm, when the going got tough, people disappeared. This forced him to reflect on the authenticity of his relationships, wonder how many had been genuine and how many had been built on something so superficial. The loneliness he faced must have been humbling, forcing him to reevaluate the depth of his connections and the role his actions had played in driving people away. As I reflect on Danny's downfall, I can't ignore the fact that I too was once deceived by him. I had invested so much hope in him, believing in his dreams and aspirations. I truly thought he would overcome his challenges and rise to the person I'd always hoped he would become, but the truth was different. The man I trusted proved to be unreliable, and the promises he made turned out to be empty. The shame of having been misled is hard to shake. It's disheartening to think that I, too, fell victim to the allure of his charm, believing in a narrative that was never real. I feel embarrassed to have been deceived, and it's difficult to look back without questioning my own judgment. It stings to think that I allowed myself to be caught up in his lies. At the same time, I am now the president of Rickshaw Trading, a role that brings with it its own set of challenges. The pressure to succeed, to meet the expectations of my employees, stakeholders, and the board, weighs heavily on me. Every day is filled with meetings, decisions, and responsibilities that come from every direction. There are moments where I feel like the weight of it all is going to crush me. Balancing the needs of the company with the expectations placed upon me is exhausting, and sometimes I wonder if I'm up to the task. Leading a company is no small feat, and I often question whether I have the skills or experience to handle the immense responsibility that comes with the position. However, I remind myself that growth often comes from discomfort, and by overcoming these challenges, I will become stronger. In this tumultuous time, I am lucky to have Annika by my side. She is a wonderful ally, offering support that I didn't know I needed. Despite her demanding job as a nurse, she always finds time for me. Annika has been a rock, lifting me up when I feel overwhelmed and offering a listening ear when I need to talk. Her commitment to her own responsibilities while still being there for me is extraordinary. She has an incredible balance of professionalism and genuine care for others, and I find myself leaning on her more than I expected. Her unwavering support is a beacon of light in the midst of my challenges. Annika, too, plays a significant role in my life. She calls me Scaredy Cat Sky, a nickname that has become a source of comfort during moments of anxiety. Annika's lightheartedness brings humor and warmth into my life, helping me regain perspective when the pressure becomes overwhelming. While I appreciate her humor, there are times when her protective nature can feel overwhelming. As I strive to assert my own identity as a strong leader, I sometimes wonder if she's overstepping. However, even in those moments of doubt, I recognize that her actions come from a place of care and genuine concern for my well-being. Annika, with her quiet belief in me, has become the foundation of my strength. Her presence in my life gives me the confidence I need to move forward, even when I doubt myself.
Hey, Mom! I just got my acceptance letter in the mail. As of this fall, I will officially be a student at an Ivy League university. You know what that means? It means that now it's official. I am way better than you in every single way. From this point on, I am going to take a completely different path in life than you.
That's wonderful to hear, Misty. I'm so proud of you. You worked so hard to earn this.
I can't take all the credit for myself, though. You were the best reverse role model I could have asked for. All I had to do was take a look at you, and that provided the motivation I needed to not fail as miserably as you did. I thought about all the decisions you made in life, and I took the exact opposite ones. And thanks to that, I'm on my way up while your life is only going downhill from here. And since we're talking about the future, I have a request for you. I want to completely disassociate from you, so get out of our house and never talk to us again.
What? Misty, what are you saying? You don't want me in your life anymore?
Yeah, I thought I made that clear already. While I was studying for the SAT, I needed someone to cook and everything for me. I mean, how am I supposed to focus if I also have to clean my own room, wash the dishes, that sort of stuff. And since you're not good for anything but being a free maid, I decided I would get as much out of you as I could. But now that's all over, I have a lot more free time. I can do all that stuff by myself just fine, and I don't need you anymore. So I think it's time for you to go. As soon as possible. Immediately if you can.
Misty, is that how you really felt about me all this time? Not as your mother, but as a maid? You haven't been speaking to me much lately, but I thought that you were just under a lot of stress. I mean, applying to an Ivy League university is no small task, but you're telling me that it's because you just wanted to use me while you could then toss me aside? Why would you do this to me, Misty? What have I done to deserve this?
It's not that you've done something per se. It's more just the fact that you exist, if you know what I mean. Your mere presence in the house is enough to completely kill my mood.
I don't understand why you would feel that way.
Really? You don't? Think about it. Use a tiny brain of yours for a change. I don't even know why Dad wanted to marry you in the first place. You're nowhere near good enough for him. You're a high school dropout, which by itself is enough to make me puke. But not only that, you're fat and ugly. Being related to you is one of the most humiliating things I can imagine.
I cannot believe the way you're talking to me. I think I need to have a talk with your father about this.
Don't bother. He's agreeing with me. He wanted me to give you a message, actually. He says I'm done with you, get out of my house, and we're getting divorced.
What?
That works out really well in my favor, too. If I tell people I'm being raised by a single father, they're gonna feel super bad for me. I'll get preferential treatment in job interviews, and there are even a few scholarships I can apply for. Unfortunately, though, there aren't any scholarship programs for the children of fat, ugly high school dropouts. So you staying in my life has a major downside and absolutely no upside. Do you get it now?
Is your father with you right now?
You bet. Dad was so happy for me when he heard I got accepted into an Ivy League university that he's taking me out to a 5-star restaurant for dinner. And before you ask, yes, we deliberately didn't invite you. I mean, you're not going to be our family for very much longer. So why waste the money on buying you all this high-class food? A high school dropout like you wouldn't like it anyway. You can have boiled hot dogs for dinner or something.
Boiled hot dogs?
Yeah, I was the one that came up with that line, actually. Dad cracked up laughing when I told it to him earlier.
Well, even if you weren't going to invite me, I wish you would have at least told me. I had no idea you wouldn't be home, so I already made dinner for all of us. I won't be able to eat this all by myself.
As if I would care that you wasted your time. Honestly, the thought of you slaving away over hot stove while me and Dad are dining on the finest food around is just hilarious. Go ahead and eat whatever pig slop you whipped up by yourself and throw away any leftovers.
I just got a text from your father. He's telling me he wants a divorce. What is going on here? Was that really you? Did you send me that text from your dad's phone to back up your story?
I know you're stupid. But really, Mom? I'm talking to you right now, aren't I? Do you think I'm texting you from my phone with one hand and Dad's phone with another? I'm pretty good at texting, but not that good.
Then this is what your father really wants? He really wants to divorce me.
I've been trying to convince him to break up with you for ages now. I tell him every day that you're just a fat, ugly high school dropout, and he can do better. Looks like I finally managed to convince him I'm right.
I see. So, the two of you are sure about this, are you?
Surer than we've been ever about anything. We were literally just talking about how much more fun we'll have without you around. Dad was saying how great it would be if we got back from this awesome dinner and you were already gone.
All right then, I'll leave. If that's what you really want, then I have no objections.
Wait, really? Awesome! Thanks so much, Mom. Divorcing Dad is the best high school graduation present that could have ever given me. This is the best!
I'll have my lawyer draw up a set of divorce papers tonight. I'll pick them up from his office in the morning, sign them, and drop them off in the afternoon. After that, I'll leave. Is that what you want?
That is literally the best possible way this could have gone. I was afraid you would drag the process out. I never expected you would give up so easily.
Why would I want to drag the divorce out? You aren't worth the time. Now, I have a lot of things to do before tomorrow, so I'll end this conversation here.
Good morning, sunshine. So, have you gotten used to life at my place yet? I'm glad to see that all the kids have taken a liking to you. Are they causing you any problems in the morning?
Not at all. I've never been woken up by 10 dogs taking turns licking my face before. It's a refreshingly new experience. But really, though, being around all those dogs is really soothing. It's like the stress that's been building up inside me over the last several years is all getting released at once.
I'm really glad to hear that. They do say that interacting with animals is good for mental health. By the way, all of the dogs in my place were rescues. Did I tell you about that?
You did, yeah. I think you said that you were looking for permanent homes for them?
That's right. They're all dogs that were in the shelter for so long that if no one picked them up, they were just going to get put down. I couldn't let that happen. So, I decided to take them all home myself and take care of them while I look for new owners for them. But I think I might be giving them a little bit too much love and affection. At this rate, I'd be surprised if they would be willing to go to a new home.
I know what you mean. I bet you feel the same way, though. I've only been here for a few days, but I'm already starting to dread the day when I'll have to leave. It's, I don't know, kind of heartwarming. Like I had a human family of my own up until a few days ago. But I feel more at home here with you and your dogs than I ever did with my husband and daughter.
Yep. That's why they have therapy dogs at hospitals. The more hurt a person is, the more they feel the joy and warmth that comes from taking care of animals. I guess that's one of the big differences between humans and dogs. A human child eventually gets to the point where they can take care of themselves and don't need their parents anymore. But it doesn't work that way for dogs. No matter how old they get, they'll always need the help of their owners to survive. I don't have kids of my own, but I feel like maybe the motivation I get from taking care of these dogs is similar to a parent's feelings towards their children.
Yeah, speaking from experience, I can say it's similar but different. With these dogs, all you need to do is pour love and affection into them and they'll give it right back to you. Human kids, not so much.
Wow, Sherry. It seems like you really had a hard time of things with your husband and daughter. I might not be the person you want to hear this from, but from what I've heard from you, you definitely did the best that you could for them.
Thanks for saying that, Haley. You know, that reminds me of something you said a long time ago.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Back when I got engaged to my husband, you tried to talk me out of it. But I was so obsessed with the idea of having a family that I didn't listen to you. You knew that I had wanted children since we were both kids, but you told me that I would probably be happier if I took care of animals instead. Do you remember that?
Now that you mention it, I did say that. At the time, I had just gotten out of a long and unhealthy relationship with my previous boyfriend. I felt like I just couldn't trust anyone anymore, at least not any human. I was afraid that you would go into the relationship only thinking about having a child and not thinking about yourself. But hey, I'd say it was a roaring success. You did get married, you stayed married for almost 20 years, and you have a daughter. Plus, that daughter just got accepted into an Ivy League university. Not many parents can say that.
You really are a great friend, Haley. When you say it like that, it doesn't sound impressive, does it? But look at what's come of it all now. I gave my all for them, and it was all for nothing. Maybe you were right. Maybe I shouldn't have married him back then.
I don't think you should be caught up in should-haves or could-haves right now, Sherry. What's done is done. It's in the past now. No amount of regret can change the past. All you did was choose the pet that you thought was the best one at the time. That's all anyone can do, really. In the end, it didn't go out like you thought it would. What's important now is your future. Focus on the lessons you can learn from what happened and use them to choose a better path moving forward.
Wow, Haley, you're pretty good with words for someone who spends all her time around animals.
Hey, I'll have you know that animals can be very interesting conversation partners. At the very least, they're a lot more honest than your daughter. Honest and much more grateful. I'm happier now than I ever thought I could be. Which brings me to a proposal I wanted to run by you. What would you think about following in my footsteps?
Meaning what, exactly?
All right, listen up. I want answers. My dad just told me he's not going to be able to pay for my college tuition anymore.
I don't know why you'd expect any answers out of me. I'm nothing to you anymore. If you want answers, go and ask whatever questions you may have of your precious daddy. It's no longer any business of mine what goes on with you two.
I already tried that. Why do you think I'm talking to you?
And what did he tell you?
All he would tell me is that he can't pay for my tuition, so I would have to find some other way to pay for it. When I asked him why, he told me to ask you. What's going on, Mom? Did you do something to Dad?
I didn't do anything. It's just that I'm not going to pay for your college education anymore.
What? What are you talking about? You're gonna pay for my college tuition? Since when?
No, I was going to pay for your tuition. I changed my mind, though, and I'm not going to do that anymore. Your dad certainly can't pay for it, and that's why he's telling you to either find some way to finance it yourself, or else you'll have to drop out. What part of that don't you understand?
None of that makes any sense. My dad should not have any problem at all paying for me to go to college, even at an Ivy League one. Why were you the one who was going to pay for it? And now that you're not here anymore, why can't my dad pay for it?
It's because I've been paying for just about everything around here for as long as I can remember.
Don't lie to me. There's no way that's true. How could a fat, ugly high school dropout possibly pay all of our bills? You couldn't even make a mortgage payment with whatever lame part-time job you go to every day.
What made you think I was going to do a lame part-time job?
I mean, you are, aren't you?
No, it's just what you convinced yourself I was doing. If you would have asked me a single question about what it is I do for a living, I could have told you. But you never expressed any interest. You may think that I'm just some fat, ugly high school dropout, but I'm actually an executive at a major company.
Oh, come on. You can't expect me to believe that. There's no way any respectable company would make a high school dropout an executive. That's the kind of job that people who go to Ivy League universities do.
I'm sure that's what you would like to believe, but I'm afraid that's a product of your imagination. It's like you've never set foot in the real world.
Well, I haven't yet, no. I'll have plenty of time to go for that once I go to college, though.
You think college campuses are the real world? Yikes. In any case, my company isn't caught up too much in the credentialist craze. They're more concerned in finding talent and business sense. I won't deny that I did have something of a connection in the company that helped me out, but just because I dropped out of high school doesn't tell anyone anything about my real-world skills.
Of course it does! If you can't even finish high school, how could you possibly run an actual business?
You seem to be under the wrong impression. It's true that I wasn't able to finish high school. When I was 16, my parents both passed away in a car accident. None of my relatives lived in the area, so I had no choice but to get a job and support myself.
Wait, really? You mean you didn't drop out because you were too stupid to graduate?
At the time I dropped out, my grades were consistently at the top of the class. I was on my way to graduate as valedictorian. But there was no way I was going to be able to both keep up with my studies and keep food on my table, so I had no choice but to prioritize survival. That ended up working out in my favor, though. Shortly after I started out, the CEO of the company happened to stop by the factory I was working in. He was impressed by how well I worked despite being the youngest person in the company by about 10 years. So he actively promoted me to higher and higher positions of responsibility in the company. And every time I moved up the ladder, I put out real results. My numbers were even higher than all the older college graduates that I was working with.
I find that really hard to believe. But if that were true, it still doesn't explain why my dad can't pay for my tuition. He's just as much of an elite businessman as you are.
Is that what you think? I suppose if that's the impression of your father that you'd like to have, you're welcome to think that way. It still doesn't change the fact that he can't pay for your tuition. You'll just have to get a job and pay your own way if you can. Do you remember what you said to me before I divorced your father? You told me that I was the best reverse role model you could ask for. That was the reason you brainwashed your father into wanting to divorce me. You didn't want to walk down the same path I did. In the end, though, getting me to divorce your dad resulted in you having to support yourself at a young age, just like I did. Isn't that ironic? Although in your case, you do have one advantage I didn't. You still have your father, as useless as he is.
Would you slow down for 1 second? I still don't understand. Dad's an elite businessman, isn't he? Why doesn't he have enough money to pay for my tuition?
How did you get accepted into an Ivy League university with a room temperature IQ? The reason he can't pay for your tuition is that he isn't an elite businessman.
No. No way, that can't be true. Dad always talks to me about how he's the CEO of his own company. He gets to hang out with all the wealthiest and most famous people in the area at exclusive parties.
I see he still can't let go of the past.
Huh? What is that supposed to mean?
It means that there was, in fact, a time when your father was an elite businessman. He was the CEO of his own company, and he was an active member of local elite circles. But that's all a thing of the past. His company went bankrupt a long time ago, and he's been unemployed ever since.
What? You're joking. Dad is unemployed?
If you want to think I'm joking, then by all means, go right ahead. It's the truth, though. I mean, if I really were joking, then there's no reason he wouldn't be able to pay for your tuition, right? He's a graduate of an elite university, the CEO of an elite company, and hangs out with an elite crowd. Surely a guy like him would want to pass on the benefits of a college education to his daughter, wouldn't he?
Wait, so you're being serious? Dad is really unemployed? But that makes even less sense. I mean, if you're telling the truth, that means he's unemployed and making no money. But you're an executive making tons of money. Why would he divorce you if that were the case?
If you think you're confused about that self-destructive move, imagine how shocked I was. The only reason I could think of was that he wanted to save face in front of you. You spent all your time buttering him up with praise, telling him that he's way too good for a fat, ugly high school dropout like me. How could he possibly come out and admit that he was the real loser after all of that?
But that would be the dumbest thing to do imaginable. He knew that you were the only one keeping him housed and fed. Divorcing you would have meant that his lifestyle would go straight down the drain.
You're absolutely right about that, and that's why he was talking to me for a while after you made him divorce me. He came to me saying that he only divorced me because you wanted him to, but that we can still have the same relationship as always. I have never heard anything so pathetic as that in my life. It was almost depressing to watch how much he was debasing himself for you.
So, he was talking to you behind my back?
He sure was, and that's not all he told me. Apparently, he had a secret stash of money that he had hidden when his company went bankrupt. So while I was paying for all of our bills, he was spending that money on whatever he wanted. He had never paid much attention to his balance, though, so he had no idea how much he had left. When I divorced him, he checked the balance for the first time in over a decade, and, well, it's not quite at zero, but it will be very, very soon.
Uh-oh.
He realized too late how much he was dependent on me. He was calling me multiple times a day for the last few days to apologize and beg for forgiveness. Once I gave it to him straight that I wasn't going to give him any money, he finally gave up. Considering his circumstances, I was kind of surprised that he was willing to give up so easily.
Man, poor Dad. He really had no idea how little savings he had left.
I don't really think of him as deserving of any pity, though. This is all a product of his own carelessness and selfishness. I mean, honestly, to think he had the gall to come to me and say that we could still love each other after the divorce? Did he really think I was going to agree to that? There would be absolutely nothing in it for me.
Well, what about me? Aren't you gonna give me child support or something? Even if you and Dad get divorced, you're still my mom. That means you have a responsibility to make sure all my needs are met. So you need to pay for my tuition, room, and board, and everything else I'll need to go to college.
Oh dear, your dad still hasn't told you?
Told me what?
That I'm not your biological mother.
What?
I'll take that as a no, then. The truth is that I'm actually your dad's second wife. Your birth mother vanished without a trace while you were still a baby.
That's insane. Why did she leave, though? What happened?
Well, your father didn't tell me much about her, and I never pressed him for more information. All he ever told me was that she was an awful woman who loved alcohol more than she loved him. Knowing what I know about your dad now, though, I wouldn't be surprised if there was more to the story than just that. But like I said, I never met her and never asked him much about her. If you want to know more, then you'll have to ask your dad yourself.
I don't believe this. You're really not my real mom? And I'm not your real daughter? But you've called me your daughter for as long as I can remember. You paid for everything I needed. You took care of me when I was sick. You did that even though I wasn't your real daughter?
That's right, Misty. I told you, didn't I? I lost my parents when I was still in high school. The only family I ever knew was ripped away from me in an instant. So from then on, I've wanted nothing but to be able to build a new family of my own. Fate had other plans in store for me, however.
What do you mean?
When I was getting a checkup in my late teens, the doctor noticed an irregularity. So they did some more tests and gave me what I consider to be the second worst news I've received in my life. I would never be able to have a child of my own.
Well, you're infertile?
Yeah, and that's why when I met your father through a dating website, I thought he was the answer to my prayers. A man with a good job and an infant daughter that I can raise as my own. My friend was hesitant about the idea and tried to talk me out of it, but my desire for a family was too strong and I married him anyway. I should have listened to her.
That's crazy. I had no idea. Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Your dad decided that you didn't need to know until you were older, both about his company and about your birth mother. I respected his wishes, that's all. I figured that as long as I gave you all the love that I could, then someday you would love me back.
Ham, about the night I got my acceptance letter. You know, the night me and Dad went out to eat and left you behind. You cooked all my favorite foods for dinner, didn't you? And I also saw a congratulations banner in the trash the next morning. Did you do all that for me because you loved me?
I did consider myself your mother, after all. You, however, only thought of me as a free maid.
Yeah, I said that, didn't I? Look, I'm really sorry about what I said to you. You were good to me, and I didn't deserve anything that Dad and I did to you.
You don't need to apologize to me, Misty. I've already learned that humans can't be trusted. If you genuinely feel sorry, then there's only one thing for you to do. Live with the regret for what you've done for the rest of your life. Misty kept persistently apologizing to me even after that, but I'd already made my decision. I'm not going to waste any more of my time or money. In the end, Misty was unable to secure enough funding to be able to go to college, so she had to withdraw her application. However, it does seem like everything that happened had a profound effect on her. I heard from an acquaintance that she's decided to enter the workforce and start her life over again. As for me, the time I spent with my friend Haley and all her dogs was instrumental in healing the emotional damage I suffered at the hands of my ex-family. I started up a non-profit organization dedicated to helping animal shelters get the word out about the animals that are available for adoption. It's the most fulfilling thing I've ever done, and I'm excited to get up every day and do something that is both enjoyable and meaningful. In a way, I'm kind of grateful to Misty and my ex-husband for kicking me out of the house that day.
Hey, tomorrow's finally the day our families meet. I can't believe it's happening. I feel so nervous just thinking about formally introducing myself to your parents. It's such a big moment.
Wait, what? The family meeting? That's tomorrow? No way! Wasn't it supposed to be next month?
Excuse me? Abe, we went over this so many times. We confirmed the date multiple times, and I even reminded you a few days ago. How could you forget something this important? We've been talking about this for weeks.
Yeah, my bad. I guess I totally messed up. I don't know why, but I was convinced it was next month. Wow, this is bad.
Seriously, you're so careless sometimes. I swear, it's like you don't even listen when I talk. It's cute in small doses, but this is way too much. This meeting is important, and I don't want anything going wrong.
All right, listen, I'll write down the meeting place and time again. Please, for once, make sure you actually check it. I don't want to be standing there alone while you're off doing who knows what because you forgot. I put so much effort into setting everything up. Don't make me regret it.
Abe, where are you? It's almost time and you're nowhere to be seen.
Oh, my bad. I'm not coming today.
What? What are you talking about? Did something happen?
Nah, nothing like that. I'm just not gonna marry you, so there's no point in me going.
What do you mean?
I've been keeping quiet, but the truth is, I already have a wife and kid.
What?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we were really good together, you know? Didn't want to let that go. So I figured, why not just stay engaged on paper? It's just a verbal agreement, after all. I thought if I kept pushing things back, it'd work out somehow. But yeah, I messed up. Got my schedule all wrong. I've been pretty exhausted with my daughter's school events lately, and I guess I let my guard down.
Wait, what are you saying? I don't understand. So what? You're telling me you were married this whole time? And I was just some affair to you?
Exactly. So yeah, I can't marry you. My bad. Go ahead and cancel today's family meeting. Let everyone know, will ya?
They're already here.
Huh?
I'm so sorry, Mila. My idiot brother did something completely unforgivable.
Amy, please, you don't have to apologize. If you hadn't stepped in back there, I don't think things would have settled down the way they did. I wouldn't even be able to sit here and talk like this right now.
That's just common sense. Honestly, the fact that your father didn't punch him in the face is nothing short of a miracle.
So about him. Is he really married?
He told us he was divorced, but now that we know that was a lie, yeah, that would mean he's still married. He introduced you to us as his new fiancé, said he had moved on and found someone new. I was actually happy, you know? I thought it was kind of nice that a junior from my university was becoming part of the family. And since I already knew what kind of person you were, I had no objections at all. But to think that the problem was actually on our side, I can't tell you how sorry I am.
Please, Amy, you don't have to apologize. It's impossible to completely keep track of a family member who's already moved out. If anything, I should have noticed something was off. That's on me too.
No, don't you dare say that. You didn't do anything wrong, not even a little bit. Sorry, I shouldn't have raised my voice. That was out of line. But don't worry, I'm going to make sure this is dealt with properly.
Wait, what exactly are you planning to do? Abe, explain yourself properly. Do you realize how much embarrassment you caused your parents? You owe everyone an explanation.
Shut up. I'm at home playing games right now. Don't bother me.
What? Do you seriously not feel even a little guilty about what you did to me? To your own family?
Nope. And besides, as far as the world's concerned, you're just a cheating woman, too. You're no better than me. My parents? I'll just tell them whatever and smooth things over. Doesn't matter. Anyway, don't text me again. You and I are done.
Your sister is here too.
Huh?
Yeah, your sister, Amy. She's here and she's furious.
What? Wait a second. Nobody told me Amy was coming.
It was always part of the plan. You really weren't listening at all, were you? And just so you know, Amy isn't someone you could just talk your way out of trouble with. Are you still planning to stay home and ignore this? So, let me get this straight. You didn't even bother to apologize to me properly in a message? You just sent some half-assed text, but the second you found out Amy was here, you ran over and started groveling? Your attitude seems a little too convenient, don't you think?
You don't get it! You don't know how terrifying Amy is!
Amy's terrifying? Sure, she gets scary when she's mad, but...
No, this isn't just about getting mad. She's on a whole different level. Remember when Mom almost got scammed into buying some shady vase? Amy spent months tracking down that fraud ring and got the cops involved. And that's not even the worst part. She's taken down corrupt employees at her company, got them fired for misconduct. She's even exposed workplace bullies and completely ruined them socially. She's relentless.
Now that you mention it, I do remember Amy getting someone kicked out of a club in college for cheating during events.
So look, I apologized, right? Just forgive me already. If Amy really loses it, I'm done for.
You're already done. What more do you have left to lose? Also, I noticed something. You still have not bowed and apologized to me. If you think you can just get away with this that easily, you're dead wrong.
I'm truly, sincerely sorry.
Yeah, no. That sounded completely forced.
Then what do you want me to do? What will it take for you to forgive me?
Why do you think forgiveness is even an option? Don't insult me. I'm never forgiving you.
Unbelievable. What the hell did you do? Why the hell would you go to my house when I wasn't there?
I didn't barge in. I spoke with your wife beforehand. Amy told me where your house was. And honestly, I was fully prepared to be screamed at. Because even if I didn't know, I was still part of breaking up a family.
If you had just kept your mouth shut, nothing would have broken. You're a damn curse. Because of you, my family is falling apart.
No, your family was already falling apart. Your wife already knew you were cheating.
What?
She just didn't know who it was. She said with a kid to take care of, she didn't have the time or energy to track down the other woman. But she never expected it to be someone you were actually engaged to. She even apologized to me, saying that if she had divorced you sooner, I wouldn't have gotten hurt like this. Can you believe that? The person you betrayed is out here apologizing to me. She's such a good person, which makes me hate you even more for throwing her away like she was nothing.
That's insane! There's no way she could have known! She never even paid attention to me!
Oh, please. Do you really think she didn't notice? Women have good instincts. We see the little things. And maybe, just maybe, she stopped looking at you because you were the one who turned away first.
Shut up!
No, you don't get to tell me to shut up. You've done nothing but run away from responsibility, and now you're mad that the mess you made finally caught up to you? Give me a break. Oh, and just so you know, there's nothing left between me and your wife. We settled things.
Settled? What does that mean?
It means we reached an agreement. I was even ready to pay damages, but she refused. She told me you're a victim too. Can you imagine how that felt? After everything, she still had the kindness to see me as a victim. I felt so bad accepting that, so instead, I gave her everything. Our messages, our photos, everything you ever sent me. She has all the proof she needs.
What? You gave her that? That's a violation of my privacy!
Oh, please. You think you're the victim here? The real problem is that you wrote things you don't want other people to see. You lied, manipulated, and cheated without a second thought. But the moment you face consequences, you cry about privacy? Honestly, just hurry up and divorce her already. I shouldn't be the one saying this, but she deserves so much better than you. Pay your alimony and child support, and stay the hell away from her forever. And don't even think about coming near me again, you worthless leech. Amy, thank you so much. Because of you, I was able to talk to his wife properly. I was able to apologize.
You're really kind, or maybe just too serious for your own good. You know you were a victim too, right? You were deceived.
I know that, but still, it doesn't change the fact that I was part of breaking up a family. When I went to their home, I saw a picture of their daughter. And when I looked at her face, it hit me. I helped take her father away from her. I felt so guilty.
Honestly, even if it wasn't you, this would have happened sooner or later. That idiot? He was never going to stay faithful.
What do you mean?
The only reason he got married was because his wife got pregnant. He never wanted to get married in the first place. He actually told me once that he thought of it as a mistake.
What? Seriously?
Yeah. He said, well, I screwed up and laughed like it was nothing. So I punched him in the face.
You hit him?
Of course I did. He ruined someone's life, treated it like an inconvenience, and moved on like nothing happened. I tried, I tried so many times to make him understand. But it was pointless. He never changed.
That's why I think you're amazing.
Me?
Even though you were the one who was tricked, you still took responsibility. You apologized. You showed real remorse. That's the difference between you and him. And I will make sure he understands just how badly he screwed up. He needs to know exactly how much society condemns men like him.
Hey, Amy! It was you, wasn't it? You're the one who spread all those damn rumors about me! Now everyone at work is whispering behind my back and I can't even get proper assignments anymore! What the hell are you gonna do about it? How are you gonna fix this mess?
Oh, so rumors were enough to completely derail you at work? That sounds like a sign you weren't exactly performing your job well in the first place. And just so you know, there's no evidence that I had anything to do with those rumors.
You're the only one who could have done it! You knew all about my engagement! You're the secretary to a top executive and you used to be a sales ace! With all your connections, you could easily spread something like that! There's no way you didn't do it!
Huh, well, yes, you're not wrong. I could have spread those rumors with my connections. Unlike you, I actually have a strong and supportive professional network. But let's get one thing straight. Could is the key word. I don't go around ruining people's lives without solid proof, especially not over petty issues.
But this is different! Because of you, I've been sidelined! Now they're giving all my work to some junior who barely knows what's going on! Nobody wants to talk to me anymore! I'm a joke in the office now, just waiting for it all to blow up in my face! And all this is because of you! Are you enjoying watching your own brother fall apart like this? Is this how you get your kicks? Bullying your own family?
I'm not bullying you. You've got it twisted. I'm just saying the truth. And if you really want to look at why everything's falling apart, take a long, hard look in the mirror. You've spent your entire career acting like you were above everyone else, and now you're upset that people are finally seeing you for who you are. If you'd spent even a little time building real, honest relationships with your coworkers, they might have had enough doubt to question the rumors. But that's not what happened. You've been so careless and distant that when those rumors started circulating, no one thought twice before believing them. They just accepted it because they saw it as a natural extension of your behavior.
Yeah, fine. Maybe I've gotten called out a few times. I've screwed up here and there, but come on! This is going way too far! No one deserves this level of punishment for a few mistakes, right?
Spare me the Victims Act. You don't get to cry about how unfair this is. You're the one who tore apart your family and hurt everyone in the process. You ruined Yuka's life. You destroyed everything you had, and now you want sympathy? You don't get to complain about how things turned out. You don't get to play the victim when you've caused so much damage. And as for your opinions, trust me, they don't matter anymore. Not after everything you've done.
Are you serious? Are you trying to do what Amy did too? Are you trying to isolate me? This is the lowest thing you could do!
What are you talking about? Isolate you? I don't even understand what you mean.
Stop pretending like you don't know. You told my friends about everything, didn't you? You spread all the rumors about my divorce and the affair. My friends' group messages are full of it now, and it's all anyone's talking about. It's even on social media. What the hell is wrong with you?
Hold on, I didn't spread anything around. But come on, you were the one who got married because of an unplanned pregnancy and kept me on the side, weren't you? You didn't want to marry me, but you still treated me like an option. And with that kind of behavior, I figured there were probably other people you were involved with too. So, I just reached out to your friends to see if anyone else knew about you or your other relationships. I didn't go around spreading rumors. I simply asked people I thought might know. And as for the friends who found out, I just told them the truth, but I wasn't reckless about it. I don't just blurt out everything that comes to mind like you do. If your friends distance themselves, it's your own fault.
What? Are you kidding me? This is all happening because of those damn rumors! I'm suffering because of this! Anyone who has a bad rumor spread about them is bound to lose friends! Do you think I'm okay with this?
That's not the case. You're wrong.
No, I'm not! If you're saying all that, then show me some proof! You're a grown adult, so don't go throwing out accusations with nothing to back them up!
There's no need for proof, because Amy already said it all.
What?
Amy doesn't lose anyone, even if she makes mistakes. People trust her. I remember back in college, she once shoved a guy who had been persistently hitting on her. She accidentally hurt him pretty badly. He wasn't that aggressive, but Amy got upset and she pushed him. It became a big deal, but you know what? No one left her side because of that. They knew her character and they understood why she did what she did. They believed her. But you, on the other hand, you've pushed everyone away with your selfish behavior.
That was just because her friends were kind to her, right?
No, that's not it. Amy is genuine with everyone. She takes people seriously, and that's why people stick with her. You, on the other hand, always put yourself first. You don't take anyone else seriously, and you treat people like they were secondary to your own needs. Now, this is what you've got. Everything that's happening to you, it's all a result of how you've treated others. You're paying the price now. Abe, I know the papers are with you now. You've received them, right? Don't even try to think about getting out of this. I filed for damages, and you'll have to pay. There's no way around it. So get ready to face the consequences.
What the hell? Why do I have to pay you anything?
You don't get it, do you? Even if the engagement is broken off, I'm fully within my rights to ask for damages. And do you think you can walk away scot-free after everything you did? You got engaged to me without any intention of actually marrying me. And on top of that, you completely hid the fact that you were married and had kids. What you did isn't just wrong, it's criminal. You deceived me, and you'll be held accountable for that. This is engagement fraud. I spoke to my lawyer, and after reviewing everything, they said I have absolute grounds to sue. And trust me, the lawyer was disgusted by your actions. They couldn't believe you would go this far.
But this was just a side thing, a fling. It wasn't a big deal. Why are you making this such a big deal?
Don't try to minimize what happened. I took our engagement seriously. I thought we were building something real together. That's why I didn't just get engaged to you. I went the whole way. I set up meetings with our families. I didn't want to think that you were hiding anything from me. I didn't want to doubt you, and yet when everything was right in front of me, I just kept ignoring the signs, thinking maybe I was wrong. I wanted to believe in you. Now, looking back, I can't help but laugh at myself for being so naive. You thought I was just someone to pass the time with, just a woman to have fun with while you played your game.
Exactly! You were just a distraction! I was busy with my life and you were just there for a good time! So why are you trying to make it seem like I should have been more serious about it?
You don't even realize what you did, do you? You ruined my life. You destroyed everything. I don't know how you're still sitting there acting like this is all just a joke, Abe. And guess what? Amy's been filling in for me on everything. Your own family has cut ties with you. They've disowned you. No one wants you in their life anymore. They've made it clear. They won't let you back in until you own up to your actions.
So what? I'm already dealing with all of this. What difference does it make? I've got enough problems as it is.
Don't play the victim. The fact that you can't even see why this is your fault just shows how deep your denial runs. If you want to take responsibility, you have to start by paying child support. It's your duty as a father. Don't act like this isn't your responsibility. Then you have to apologize to your wife. And I mean a real apology. After that, get a divorce. End it once and for all, and stop dragging everyone down with you. Then pay me the damages I'm asking for, and then you can disappear from my life. Completely. No more phone calls, no more contact. You're dead to me.
What the hell are you talking about? This is all about money for you, isn't it? What are you gonna do, drag me through court for the next few years? Child support doesn't end in a few months, it goes on forever! I'll be paying for the rest of my life if I agree to that! It's pathetic! I'm not gonna be stuck in a cycle of paying for my mistakes!
You gave up your right to complain about this. You chose to abandon your family, and now you want to cry about the consequences? Do you have any idea what you've done? You betrayed your wife, you betrayed your daughter, and you've destroyed a family. I'm sorry, but you're not going to get away with this. You don't get to just live your life however you want without facing the music. You gave up your role as a father. You didn't just make a mistake, you made a choice. And now you'll have to live with that. You'll never get the chance to undo the damage you've caused. Your daughter will grow up knowing what you did, and no amount of money or apologies can fix that.
But I didn't do anything like that! I never hurt my daughter!
That's not even the point. Your daughter needed you. She needed you as a father. And you abandoned her. You walked away from her when she needed you the most. And now, you'll never be able to make it right. You don't deserve to be a part of her life anymore. You gave that up the second you chose to live this double life. And now, it's time for you to face the consequences. You'll pay for the damage you've done, and you'll do it for as long as it takes.
Wait! I don't have the money to pay for this! I'm not asking you for more time! I'm struggling here! Don't you understand?
I don't care about your excuses, Abe. If you can't afford to pay, then I'll take it to court. I'll make sure the court sees everything you own if I have to. You'll pay for what you've done to me, to my life. You think this is just going to blow over? Think again. You're going to face everything you've done. There's no way out for you now.
Mila, how are you doing? Did Abe actually pay the damages? If he tries to dodge it, let me know. I'll be happy to take care of it myself.
Thank you, Amy. He did pay, thankfully.
Really? That's a surprise. I thought he'd put up more of a fight. The guy's all talk and he's great at shifting the blame. But when it comes to taking responsibility, he's useless.
Yeah, it seems like he had his hands full with his wife. They were fighting a lot, so he didn't have time to bother with me. In the end, they divorced. I heard from his wife that he's now living paycheck to paycheck, juggling alimony and child support payments.
Wait, you've been in touch with his wife?
Well, after I handed over the evidence and after he tried to run, we ended up exchanging contact info just in case we needed to keep tabs on him. We kind of ended up working together without meaning to, and now we check in with each other from time to time.
Women are terrifying when you piss them off, right? She always seemed like such a calm person to me, but you don't really want to mess with a mother. When it comes to protecting her kids, a woman will do anything.
But honestly, the reason I could act so freely was because of you. I really owe you. You've helped me out so much. I still feel like I've not repaid you for what you did back then.
Back then? Oh, you mean during university? That was my fault, though. I went too far. You don't need to worry about it.
That's not an excuse. You were the one who shoved that stalker ex of mine, right? I kept quiet about it so you wouldn't get a bad reputation, and you ended up taking the heat for it. I feel terrible about that.
Yeah, I did injure him, but I don't care about being talked about behind my back.
But...
Look, I didn't help you just to have you feel sorry for me. You've had some bad luck with men, but you're still young. You've got plenty of time ahead of you. Just focus on dating and finding someone new. Unless, of course, you're not interested in that.
But you're the last person to talk about that.
Huh? Oh, I guess I didn't mention it. I'm married.
Wait, what? Since when?
I got married after I graduated. My husband's the CEO of the company I work for.
Wow, that's impressive. Of course, it's you, Amy.
I just got lucky, honestly.
Ugh, I wish I could find someone like that. Or maybe I need to work on my ability to pick the right guy.
If you want, I can introduce you to some good ones. I know plenty of single men.
Are you serious?
Of course! But whether it turns into love is up to you.
Yes, I'll give it my best shot. I really want to find happiness this time. Abe lost all credibility within the company and was completely demoted, sent to a branch in the countryside. It was clear that his fall from grace had been swift and harsh, and the company had made a decisive move to distance itself from him. His reputation, once solid, had crumbled beyond repair. The reason for his downfall wasn't just his professional failure. He had accumulated a mountain of debt, a situation that had him tied to the company against his will. He couldn't afford to leave even though the company's atmosphere was no longer a welcoming one for him. He had been the subject of countless rumors, and it wasn't just about his financial problems. His personal life had been exposed in the worst way possible, with whispers of his infidelity spreading through the ranks. It seemed like every time he turned a corner, another rumor followed him, and every time his name was mentioned, it was accompanied by a look of judgment, a subtle but piercing expression of disdain. He had been isolated more and more. At the branch where he had been transferred, his reputation had preceded him. It didn't matter how hard he worked or how much he tried to improve. His personal life was the only thing people cared about. The rumors about his infidelity seemed to have more weight than his contributions to the company. The isolation grew deeper with every passing day, and it wasn't just a feeling, it was a reality that he had to face, and there was no escape. He had become a shadow of his former self, merely existing for the purpose of repaying his debts. He worked tirelessly every day, not out of passion for his job, but because he had no choice. Every yen he earned went toward paying off the debts that continued to haunt him, reminding him that he had no freedom, no room to breathe. I heard these things through the grapevine, through the whispers that people shared behind closed doors. They said that every single day, Abe worked only for the sake of paying back the money he owed. There was no joy in his work anymore. He wasn't driven by ambition, nor was he motivated by the hope of redemption. He was simply surviving, one paycheck at a time. His life had become a cycle of endless labor with no escape in sight. Meanwhile, his ex-wife had found her own peace. After the divorce, she had taken their daughter and returned to her parents' house. It was a simple, quiet life that she led now, far removed from the chaos and disappointment that had defined her marriage. From what I heard, she was doing well, finding solace in the calmness of her new life, away from the emotional storms that had once battered her. It was clear to me, and I think to everyone who had witnessed the dissolution of their family, that the true victims were his wife and daughter. They had borne the brunt of his actions, and their lives had been turned upside down. The burden of his mistakes had fallen squarely on their shoulders, and I could only hope that, with time, they would find the happiness and peace they deserved. No one should have to go through what they had endured, and I wish them nothing but the best in their future, hoping they would be able to rebuild their lives and find joy once again. As for me, I had recently been introduced to a man through Amy, and this new connection was both exciting and daunting. It had been just a short time since my engagement had ended, and the pain of that breakup was still fresh. The idea of opening my heart to someone new was a terrifying thought. I wondered if I was truly ready to step into a new relationship. The scars from my past were still healing, and it felt like jumping into another relationship so soon might only cause more hurt, not just for me, but for the person I would be involved with. I found myself doubting, questioning whether I was emotionally prepared for such a step. But Amy had assured me that the man she was introducing me to was different. She had known him for a while and spoke highly of him, and I trusted her judgment. Amy had always been a good judge of character, and if she believed he was someone worth meeting, then I was willing to give it a chance. Though I was nervous, I also felt a glimmer of hope. Perhaps this time, things could be different. Perhaps this person would not disappoint me the way others had in the past. The doubts lingered in my mind, but there was a part of me that wanted to believe, wanted to trust that maybe there was someone out there who could understand me, who could be kind, gentle, and sincere. Maybe this time, I could find happiness again, in a way that wasn't rushed or forced, but in a way that felt right. Amy had been so kind in arranging the meeting, and though I felt the fear of the unknown creeping in, I decided to approach it with an open heart. The fear of being hurt again was real, but it wasn't going to control me. I wasn't going to let it stop me from taking a chance on something that could turn out to be beautiful. After all, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? As the day of the meeting approached, I couldn't help but wonder what the man would be like. Would he live up to the expectations I had, based solely on Amy's description? Or would he be a disappointment, someone who didn't live up to the hope I was so carefully nurturing in my heart? I tried not to build up too many expectations, but it was hard not to imagine what might be. I spent a lot of time thinking about relationships in general, about what had gone wrong in the past and what had gone right. Relationships, I had come to realize, were never perfect. They were complicated, messy things that required effort, understanding, and a willingness to grow together. It wasn't enough to just love someone. You had to be willing to support them, to share your vulnerabilities, and to face challenges together. And sometimes, even when you thought you were doing everything right, things still fall apart. I didn't want to repeat those mistakes. I didn't want to rush into something without truly understanding myself first, without taking the time to heal and grow stronger. But I also knew that life isn't about waiting forever for the perfect moment. There would never be a perfect time, and sometimes you had to take a leap of faith, even when you were scared. I gathered my courage as I thought about the upcoming meeting. I told myself that I was ready to meet this man, to give myself a chance to connect with someone new, and to see where it could go. I couldn't predict the future, but I could take steps towards a new beginning. Even if it didn't work out, I would learn from the experience and move forward, stronger than before. As I prepared for the meeting, I reminded myself that I wasn't looking for perfection. I was looking for someone who was kind, genuine, and honest. Someone who could see me for who I truly was, and could accept me with all my flaws and imperfections. If this man turned out to be that person, then I was willing to see where it could go. If not, at least I would know that I had tried, and that in itself was enough. I took a deep breath, reminded myself to stay calm, and decided that no matter what, I would go into the meeting with an open heart and an open mind. There was a chance that this could be the beginning of something wonderful, and I wasn't going to let my fears stop me from finding out. After all, life was about taking chances and embracing the unknown, and I was ready to take that step. Abe's story had become a cautionary tale in the office. It was not just a tale of failure, it was a story of broken trust, of someone who had once been respected and admired, now reduced to someone that others whispered about with a combination of pity and scorn. He had always been known for his hard work, his ambition, and his ability to climb the corporate ladder with ease. He had appeared untouchable, the kind of person who seemed destined for great things. But as quickly as his rise had been, his fall had been even more dramatic. One misstep after another had led him down a path of self-destruction, and now he was left to deal with the aftermath. I remember when I first heard the rumors about Abe. At first, they seemed like whispers, barely noticeable in the background. But over time, they grew louder, more frequent. People started to talk openly about his debts, about the struggles he was facing, and about his personal life, which had begun to unravel in ways no one had ever expected. And then, of course, there were whispers about his infidelity, which, in the small, close-knit environment of the company, spread like wildfire. It wasn't just his work that faltered, it was his entire life that had come crashing down. And as I listened to the gossip, I couldn't help but feel a deep sense of sadness for him. He had brought it upon himself, yes, but at what cost? His personal life had become a public spectacle. His ex-wife, whom he had once claimed to adore, had left him and taken their daughter with her. The images of the family that he had destroyed haunted him at every turn. I couldn't even begin to imagine the regret he must have felt when he realized that everything he had built had crumbled.